Welcome to the channel, guys. I am working on the log splitter today. I was out in the wood yard and didn't want to fire up. Checked it, didn't have any fuel. Thought now run it in the shop, do a little greasing on it, and because gonna change the oil on it. And so far we're looking at it, it's got no spark. I put fuel in it. I was gonna fire it up, warm it up, do an oil change, and no spark. So let's get into it. All right, this is a very old log splitter. It's got one of the Kohler K series engines on it, and pretty good old motor considering as old as it is. So what I have here, I've got a power probe set up. If you're not familiar with the power probe, this guy hooks onto your battery, positive and negative, and you've got, if you've got this switch here, you push up, you put power to this tip. If you push down, you send ground to this tip. You also have this little alligator lead, so you can hook that onto a light bulb or a motor and then energize this tip. And it's also got a, I believe about a 10 amp circuit breaker built into the side here. So if you touch it to ground, it's going to give you a ground signal. If you touch it to positive, it'll give you a different tone and a red light. So what I'm going to do right here, got my ignition switch. We've got a spark tester set up. So if I come over here, I've got positive on my coil. If I come over here, yeah, it's kind of spazzing out, but we should either have positive or ground. And when we hit the starter, it should basically strobe go from ground to positive, because the positive is going through this coil. So if we come down here, let me get that on there better. If I hit ground on this, we get spark on our spark tester. So what that's telling me in about 10 seconds it takes to do this is that my points are not working. So if memory serves me, this thing's got points on it, and they are located under this cover. Might be that one. I think it's this cover. So we're going to check our points and see what's going on. Get that guy out of there. Get that guy out of there. And we're just going to leave you hanging right now. Oh, that came off. I think we're going to file these and clean them up a little bit. So when it's open as far as it's going, that's your top dead center, and that's where we want to adjust at. So put this guy in here, and we're just going to get it so that just slips in there real nice. And like that. And this is just a 20 thousandths feeler gauge. All we got to do, tighten that guy back down, check him again, got just a little bit of drag on it. Alright, we got our points set. I can line this guy back up and drop everything. Alright, if I could fumble these screws back in here. See if we can get this to go. This guy probably will run now. I could tell those points were pretty dirty and they didn't have a lot of gaps, so that's probably our problem. Alright, let's see if we got spark now. Sure do. Now, let's see if we run. Alright, move some tools. Let's give her another shot here. Alright. Contact. So just about any small engine has got a threaded in drain. You can put a hose on these guys and put a plug, and then you can just real easily pull that plug out and drain your oil. You don't have to get up here, which would put all that oil down on my battery and make a big mess. So down here we'll just go right into the pan. All right, get this plug out of here. And this oil's not terrible, but pretty cheap to change oil. And we got a lot of hours on this thing since I did it last, so kind kind of try and do it every year. Alright, so one of the best funnels I've ever used, something my dad taught me to do a long time ago. Just get you a nice little bit sharp. I'm be careful I don't fillet myself with it here. Okay, now we got a funnel. Stick that guy right in there. Non-detergent 30 weight, ISO 100. Nice thing is, when you do this, your other oil bottle will stick right over the other one. Don't fall out that way. Works like a charm. Alright guys, that's a wrap. This thing's greased up, working good, and ready to go out to the wood yard, and we'll catch you on the next one.